Okay, this is week 9 ELAW, and I will be rehearsing for Friday's lesson, which is taking the law that we've learned, which is the involuntary manslaughter law of the state of Missouri, and applying that to the Megan Meyer case. So where we're picking up, we've paraphrased the law yesterday, and we are now moving on to applying and deciding is Lori Drew guilty of involuntary manslaughter? Answer in a complete sentence. So, right now, with your partners, we want you to take 5 good minutes, and you are going to, we're not going to write our answer statements yet, but we just need to decide. You and your partner will decide, is Lori Drew guilty of manslaughter? But you can't just say yes. Just like everything else that we do in this class, we have to use evidence to prove our answers. So, if you believe that she is guilty of involuntary manslaughter, according to the law that we paraphrased yesterday, and you should have that out on your desk now, then you need to be able to cite in the documents that we've studied, that being the statement from Lori Drew, the apology letter, and the piece of evidence from Ashley as well, explaining what went down. And we're going to be putting that here, but for now, you can just highlight that in your packets so that we can call upon it when the time is needed. So take your 5 minutes and come to a verdict now. And we're back. So, I heard a lot of enthusiasm when we were going through this. Without shouting out, by a show of hands, who believes that Lori Drew is guilty of involuntary manslaughter? Okay, sit down. I know you're excited. Okay, that's pretty much the whole room. And in speaking with you, I anticipated this. And we even yesterday, a lot of us let the cat out of the bag. This comes as no surprise that we found by definition her to be guilty. So, our answer statements. Is Lori Drew guilty of involuntary manslaughter? We want to restate the question. So we say Lori Drew is guilty of involuntary manslaughter. Now, what should be my bridge word there? What's going to connect this restating of the question to our answer statement that we're going to prove with evidence? Yes, because, exactly, because her reckless actions directly led to Megan Meyer's death. And we include the word reckless very purposefully because where have we seen that word before? Where have we seen the word reckless before? Yes, and that's right. Reckless is the terminology used in the Missouri state law of involuntary manslaughter. So, we're now going to look for evidence. And I saw a lot of people highlighting very smart ideas. So, who can present one piece of evidence that you found with your partner that supports the claim that Lori Drew is guilty? Yes. Great answer. So you say, he stated along the lines that the world would be a better place without you. And what is it about that statement that we're going to write here? And where does that come from? Oh, the Ashley interview. Excellent. And what is it about that statement, he stated along the lines that the world would be a better place without you, that connects to the law? Like what part of the law? And we can look back, and we should all have this on our desks. So we're looking back, and I'm rereading the law that says, a person commits the crime of involuntary manslaughter in the first degree if he or she recklessly causes the death of another person. Great. And you would say that that appeals to acts recklessly. Is it, class, is it fair to say that by posting the following quote, or posting through Josh Evans' avatar, that the world would be a better place without you, in saying that, would we qualify that as acting recklessly? I think that we would. So right here, in connection to the specific terminology in the involuntary manslaughter law, we would say that appeals to acts recklessly. Good. So that is one piece of evidence that connects to the law, proving our claim that Lori Drew is guilty of involuntary manslaughter because of her reckless actions which directly led to Megan Meyer's death. Great. We found one piece of evidence. That's excellent. We are going to find one more piece of evidence as time permits. You will have 3 minutes with your partner now to write your evidence, and then we'll come back together just to make sure that we're on the same page before giving 2 more minutes to prove which part of the law itself, connecting to specific language, which connection can we make from evidence to law. Ready? Go.